Okay. So yeah, let's just get going. Uh, so the ship is currently in deep space, nearing its destination, and as we near Anchor Point, uh, the crew -2 are sound asleep, and the question begs, what are those two up to?
Which two are they?
Yeah,
Well,
who's not
refresh me.
asleep?
Well, oh, hold on.
Anna would be checking the ship,
Yeah,
making
so
sure everything's in working
yeah, well,
order.
so hold on. In terms of the two, so uh, I should have thought ahead in terms of how I asked it, but uh, so Dax, so Uma would have been up, right?
I think she would have gone ahead and attempted to be up before everyone else because she's a early riser and wants to go and get shit done.
Well, I'm just asking,
But she would have.
would she have given Hana orders to pull her out of cryo,
Oh yeah.
okay, so that's why I
Oh
said
yes.
two. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna jump over to A deck. You guys can do so if you want, just to see what's up. Um, so first the question is, Hana, are you doing anything prior to getting Drake out of cryo?
Yeah, she is going to constantly be monitoring the ship, take care of anything that needs being taken care of, take stock of everything, and then stare at Uma Drake as she sleeps.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my fucking god.
While in cryo on A deck the whole trip.
It's like the Paranormal Activity fast forward tape. You just stand there wiggling a bit back and forth all
Okay.
day.
Well, no,
You mean like that?
your Uma is the current owner, so Hana is going to make sure that Uma is safe as much as possible.
Just be grateful you didn't buy her a neurovisor, right?
Or a pair of X-ray
Well, I did.
goggles from the back of a comic book.
Well, I had turned around and said in private conversations with Hana if she ever needs any equipment, just to let me know. Now I'm kind of regretting stating that now. Oh,
She's just
shit.
like, it's like it's like while your cryo's like, Miss Drake, I need these requisitions. I see you're
Why?
indisposed at the moment. No, actually, it'd probably be at the designated time you get woken up. Miss
Yeah,
Drake,
but
it is.
you do realize we're on A deck because we all went to cryo on A deck.
Yeah, we're just okay.
Well, I mean, you don't
Oh,
necessarily need to be on A deck to see it. You can just describe what's going on.
no. I was on the wrong deck because I'm used to getting. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, she's gonna wake up Ms. Uma. Good morning, Ms. Uma.
Is there coffee? Just give me the goddamn coffee.
Yes, there is. Your particular choices were not necessarily designated, so I made you up 3 different flavors, which I believed would be your preferable. French vanilla, black, and one with extra creamer.
Where are they?
She has a tray on her. They are here, Miss Drake.
Right now, one of my eyes is open, so I can barely see you right now. So just assist.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and she'll down all 3 things to go ahead and wake up.
All three, holy shit.
She doesn't like cryo. She hates it as much as she wants.
I see. Would you prefer I mix them together next time?
It'd be great if you could just add the coffee into cryo so you wouldn't have to get me out of bed, but we can do it whatever way.
I believe that would be an advisable course of action, but I will see about what I could do in relation to that. Yeah, she has like your clothes, perm press, everything.
How far are we from Anchorpoint?
You would be closing in like it would be about 30 minutes before it would be time to everybody could get out of cryo and dock.
She'll grab the clothes off Hana and she'll turn and say, "Help everyone else get out of cryo. I'll be in my quarters."
You would not prefer that I dress you?
No, I will dress myself. I'm not incapable of doing that. Just get everyone else up.
I see.
Mm.
Very well. Good day, Miss
She'll head.
Drake.
Thank you, Hana. Thank you.
Yeah,
And she'll
she's
head straight
going.
to the corporate suite.
Okay, so you're going down to B deck.
Yeah, she's gonna wake them up in counterclockwise order. So it's like, "Good morning, Edward McCoy. It is 6:45 a.m."
Fuck off.
And then she walks over and it's like, "Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Miss LaCrux. It is 6:47 a.m."
Edward's making haste to just get the fuck out of there. Slip in some robes. Just get to the.
Just bail,
get
bail,
grub.
bail.
Yeah, just bail.
You have a good day, Mr. McCoy.
Eliza would just get up and kind of glance at Hannah and be like, "You don't have to personally greet all of us. You realize that, right?"
It would be considered rude. Also, I've been instructed to wake you all up.
From whom did you get those instructions?
Miss Delacrux.
You mean
You got the
Drake?
orders from
I mean, Miss Drake, sorry.
Wow.
I'm still waking up.
I'm like,
Miss
you're
Drake.
trying to wake me up through my dreams now. Okay, thank you for that information. I'll see myself to getting ready and to the galley.
Breakfast is ready in the galley.
Perhaps
French toast.
maybe let Mother wake the other two up, yes? And then leaves.
Hana thinks for a second. It's like, Miss Drake has priority, so she just neatly then goes to waking up the other two. Good morning, Matthew Delacrux. It is 6:50 a.m.
And Matthew nods, actually very interested looking at an android like that, and gets off the cryo bed.
Do you have any other questions? I understand children are very curious about things.
None whatsoever, sir.
Oh, I believe I would be referred to as a ma'am, but if you wish to refer to me as a sir, I'm more than accepting of that.
Sorry, ma'am. And then he starts heading out.
Miss Delacrux, the time is 6:55 a.m.
Thank you, Hannah. So Delacroix just starts getting ready and then looking for her kid, but of course, thanks to Hannah Unit for waking her up.
Wow, I thought you hated Hana.
Professional sort of thing.
Thank you. If there's any requests you have.
None whatsoever.
Very well then, thank you. I will proceed to assist the remainder of the crew in the mess hall.
Yeah, we'll also assume that in terms of the NPC crew that Hana, if you want to say that you wake them all up, then
Yeah.
that's fine too.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's gonna.
So Hana's waking them up. Everybody else is presumably heading down to B deck, various places. I guess because Drake left first. If you want to mention what you're up to. I mean,
She's just gonna go ahead and check over what's happened in the last 3 weeks through messages that might have been directed to her from the company.
so they, if you're talking about like incident reports or anything, like anything that happened to you while you were in hypersleep.
Yeah, anything that is of high priority and all that stuff.
Nothing of the sort has come through. The ship, ever since leaving LV 1187, it's been pretty smooth sailing to Anchorpoint.
She'll be grateful and she'll just turn and go, all right, good.
Yeah. As it stands, you currently have not received any new orders. But you have a feeling that once you get to Anchorpoint and report in, then that may change. But as of right now, you have not received any current orders other than just to go back to Anchorpoint.
All right. Then I will contact Anchorpoint Station ahead of time to say we are on approach to clear company access to docking procedures to bypass.
So then there's a very brief delay, and then a person on the other side saying, I'm assuming you give the name and like registry number of the Hyperion.
Mm-hmm. All the
And
details required to
okay.
get through.
So then the oh damn it, these Anchorpoint docking tubes aren't listed. So the person saying like, copy that USCSS Hyperion. Please make for docking port A on Tower 2.
Copy that, Anchorpoint. I will give that information to the captain and pilot. See you soon. Where would the captain be at the moment?
That's as you say that. Let's focus on our captain, assuming she's with everybody else.
The captain went and got clean. Everybody else seemed to have gone straight to
Okay.
breakfast.
Okay, so in that case, then.
So she would stroll to the galley later than everyone else, probably 15 minutes later, but she would be dressed and clean, hair dripping still. Morning, crew. How'd everybody sleep this time?
Oh, fine, until the fucking skin job showed up on me.
Well, I will have a conversation with Ms. Drake about the wake-up protocols for the crew. Not everyone needs to be pulled out of bed.
Just make sure she keeps a sex doll on a leash.
Don't give her that idea, or she actually might be parading it around on a leash.
Oh, fuck. Don't spoil my breakfast now, Cap. Jesus Christ.
This
What
is
do we
probably
got
where
today?
Drake.
Would you prefer I be on one?
I think this is where Drake will look and go, I don't want to know what that's about.
If it involves being gagged all the time so I don't have to listen to any of that bullshit, I'm actually starting to consider it.
If you would want that situation can be arranged.
I wasn't talking to you, Plastic.
Hey, come on, guys.
She just
I
continues
asked her to
on.
wake us up.
Where is the mess hall anyway?
The mess
B-deck.
hall, yeah, it's B deck, sort of to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're right.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we're all just on the...
By the way,
yeah. I couldn't read it.
by the way, you can actually remove your stress. I noticed you have one on your sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you
cheers.
sure he didn't get that from being awakened by his rival?
I mean, if you
Might
want to
actually.
roleplay that and say you did, then I won't stop you. But by
I
default,
think it would be mild annoyance at this point. Increased to moderate now that the android has joined breakfast.
French toast has been prepared. If there are any special requests or dietary needs, please inform me.
Look.
Do you have syrup to
McCoy,
go with this?
Yes.
Hmm.
She
Yeah, I'll
walks
see.
over, grabs some, brings it to you.
McCoy, look, I understand you've got some issues with the Hannah unit. I understand. I am trying to work on rectifying any issues. Any feedback would be great. Would be appreciated on what you would prefer and don't prefer.
How about a fucking off button?
Unfortunately, the company won't allow that. You know this. You signed the contract stating this.
I
With
do
regret
have to
every
ask,
fucking day.
Mr. McCoy, is it all synths you hate, or is there something particular about this one that you just outright despise?
Oh nope, just this model.
Look, I've had this discussion with the company, and I have brought it up in another conversation before
Look,
Cryo.
I worked fine with 26 and androids assisting me with lab work. Hell,
Yes.
did a few good autopsies even. The guys shut up. They work well. This fucking travesty. Gets on my nerves. It's horrible.
Well,
I
at least
understand.
this unit, unlike those Sigs and Joes, isn't going to kill you when Apollo decides that you're not an asset any longer.
Wasn't much to kill there. I left off cigarettes and coffee, and every cadaver we dismantled was already so mangled they couldn't even get the idea if they did have the bulbs to process it.
As
I trust the
explained,
simplicity, not this kind of shit.
as I said in a previous conversation I had, I won't name names just to cover things. This android was the only one that they had at shorter notice because of the imperativeness of the current mission that we just finished. So there's a bit of tweaks that we need to do, but it's not impossible to rectify.
Oh, by all means, get to it. Get tweaking.
I will get to it. Don't you push me, sir.
I ain't pushing you, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to do a
I haven't
job.
had. I understand that. Hannah, can I have another coffee, please?
She already has 3 more done up because she probably knows your habits by now that you're gonna need a lot of coffee.
It's like some Siri predictive algorithm going on.
Yes,
Learning
it's
your
like when your
behaviors.
phone. My phone now, when I get in the car after work, it tells me, it all gives me directions home. I'm like, yeah, nothing scary about this.
It's not spying on me.
At least it doesn't have limbs.
At least it's not going ahead and actually analyzing your, well, waste to know what exactly you need in your body.
Assume that companies are desperately trying to. There's
Hannah, don't
money in
answer
your
that
shit.
question.
I do believe that I don't have access to that information. It's listed as classified.
Good. You're restricted from going ahead and actually doing that anyway.
It was not. Tasting your waste is not part of my primary functions or secondary. Though it could be added if that is what you request.
I said don't. I said don't. She's just gonna go through each coffee just to get through until she's woken up fully.
Has anybody talked to Mother, found out where we are?
I asked Hannah when she woke me up where we were at. Apparently, at the time when she woke me, we're about 30 minutes away from Anchorpoint.
And so
We
I think,
are
what, like, so
we are
Lareau was,
5 minutes out.
yeah, exactly.
Is Romero here with us?
Yes, she is. She and the rest of the,
All right, Romero, let's head to the bridge. We need to get ready to dock. I don't want the ship to try and do it itself. It usually
I've already
can,
cleared.
but let's be safe and not sorry in this instance.
Captain?
I've already cleared. I've also cleared ahead for you guys. You just need to go to docking bay. Oh god, I forgot what docking bay
It
he
was,
said.
yeah, I actually jotted it down because I would have forgot to. It was docking port A on tower 2.
Docking
There you go.
port
Docking
A
port
on
A,
Tower 2.
if that helps.
So Sierra leaves the room. She makes way for the bridge.
Lareau is gonna pick up her tray with her half-eaten French toast and the coffee and bring it with her.
Oh, I might need to go ahead and just stare out into space.
And are you gonna make Romero roll
I was
for
about
this?
to ask you that. It's up to you if you want.
Because if you are, then I'm gonna give her command to bring us in safely.
Okay. So let's see how many successes you can push that if you want.
I have faith that she won't kill us.
Famous last words.
Oh shit. All right. So let's see. Sierra Romero, and then piloting would be. She has a +1, and then it would actually be +3 because of like the back of your hand, and roll. Oh, oops. Oh, there we go.
Hey, look at that. 2 successes.
I can't remember with piloting if there's an option to do it in half. Well, it wouldn't really matter because it's only like 5 fucking minutes. But so yeah, she brings the Hyperion in to the docking port in question very very gracefully. And also a quick question I had for you guys. Well, I don't know if the layout of the ship would allow, but like right here, like these areas, I don't know if these would be airlocks and they just forgot to put them there because they seem like natural spots for airlocks.
If this
I
is
think
going
the
by
airlock is at the top of A
Yeah,
deck
I
when
know
you go
by
up and down.
default,
Yeah.
but even then. But yeah, we can still
C
say it's
deck,
at the top, so that's fine.
but C deck is another one
Yeah, C deck is
over
another
here.
one, but the problem is that the front of the ship sort of juts out. Although theoretically, it doesn't matter.
They got umbilicus
Yeah, that's true.
like docking, right? It just extends.
Yeah, so we could then say that on C deck in front of junction C1 that would like extend all the way forward, maybe. Yeah, let's just go with that. Why not? So it extends to the front, so you can.
I think it is actually, yeah.
Yeah.
That symbol there.
Yeah,
That's
it's got the airlock
airlock.
symbol.
Yep. It's also an elevator, so it's a very convenient
Yeah,
thing.
very well thought out. Okay. Sorry about that. So you do dock through C deck, and you go to move this all your tokens onto Anchorpoint C deck 1. So, and yeah, you can freely navigate there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you come in through. I think that's. Let me read that text. Yeah, the spaceport transfer gate. And I don't believe you guys have any weapons on you, but if you did, you would have to, either leave them on the ship or hand them over to the office.
Would my security clearance for the company be able to bypass that?
Good question.
Or would I
I
have
would
to do some manipulation?
I would
This
actually
company run.
well, Anchor Point is sort of like neutral territory. Like
Mm.
every company and
Probably
every
would.
government has a little bit of a stake in how this goes.
Yeah, but how much do they? Yeah, but how
That's
much
a
is
good
that
question.
really the case?
Yeah. I would say, yeah, in that case, give me manipulation with a +1 because of your, high rank in Weyland-Yutani.
Okay.
And you can use any sort of talents you've got for this role.
Yeah, it's already been set up for that. 2.
Okay. So, and I don't know if it should be opposed. I would assume so.
I'm cool with it.
Supposed to be opposed.
Oh,
That's
it
a
is okay.
manipulation.
So, I'm just looking at the default NPCs. I think ICC Inspector would be the closest match. So, I mean, because I didn't have any kind of other NPC made for it, so I'll just roll this ICC Inspector and manipulation. Go. Ooh.
Holy shit, he did his lower roll but still made 2. Fuck!
Yeah,
I think
so
you're allowed
wanna
to push since you're the aggressor.
yeah,
Oh yes, that's
you can
a good point.
push. And there you
10
go.
extra.
So yeah, that made all
Takes
the
some
difference.
convincing.
Yeah. So the guy,
But it worked.
the guy is sort of reluctant about it, but he first asks for, like your for credentials, so he can, authenticate who is, given the order or wanted to do this. So I'm assuming you hand him like your ID card. So he reaches out, he grabs it. yeah, he swipes it in the terminal, boom, 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 like from ISO, and then hands it back. It's like approved, Agent Drake. I'm gonna have to ask you to keep your weapon, you know, on your person and stowed away. We don't want to risk any kind of incident occurring. So,
All right,
so
I
just
can make sure of that.
just keep that weapon of yours unloaded and holstered, and we shouldn't have any problems.
All right, I'm sure everyone on the crew will keep themselves out of trouble. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, other than yourself, I was the only one who ever went armed, so we should be. I left
I've
mine on
got
the
a
ship.
I've got an electric static pistol. So I always carry it on person.
Well, then we should be fine. As far as I know, no one else has a weapon. Everything should be locked up.
Yeah, the security crew left their guns on the Hyperion.
Thank you. And she'll just walk off.
So, who sees about like refueling us and stuff? Is that all on
Um,
the agent or on me?
that's a good question. What do you guys think?
I would
Hana
think
will
that
work
it's ships matters, so.
Hana will work at immediately at setting that up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well then there's that. Um, I would also want to think that maybe the mechanic would have, or the chief engineer would have some sort of say in it, but that's up to the captain.
As long as I can confirm that people are making sure our ship is looked over and fueled up before we have to depart, I don't care who does
Okay.
it.
So I guess then, I mean, I'm not gonna, like act out, what he's saying, but Tyler, the chief engineer, he goes with Hana to oversee um the refueling the ship, and if you want to go with him, then you can. Um, so as for I'll just address Drake first real quick. So you would, I don't know if this office right here would be like a corporate office. Let me just check this other thing.
It would be.
Okay, it would be. All right. So you would be instructed to go there and sort of report in to the supervisor,
Okay.
um, to discuss matters. Um, so we'll get to that in just a sec. As for everybody else, what are you up to?
I don't know. What is there to do here?
Well, there are
Probably go to
several.
the bar.
Yeah, there are several restaurants. Um, as I mentioned before, so your options. Did I actually pin those restaurants? Yes, I did. So there are 4 in total. At the center of the station is Big Bob's Barbecue. Weyland-Yutani's sort of special restaurant is Kusanagi's Japanese Steakhouse. Siegson has their Cheapo Depot Clown Burger, and then LaSalle has Fresh and Ready's. And those are pinned. Let me just in. I just wrote in Hyperion like a reply to message so you guys can just quickly jump to it and see what they do.
Okay.
So basically, this current tower that you're at on Anchorpoint is, or like this current section is like Weyland-Yutani's little space. The center on C-Deck 2, that is, sort of neutral territory. And then, the north, south, all the other towers are for each company.
Well, I guess I just had breakfast. I'm not hungry.
There's a market.
I'll go wander the market, yeah. See what kind of stuff's being sold.
Okay. So, and then, and I'll get to these different plot points. I'm just trying to figure out what everybody's doing. So, Dr. McCoy, what are you up to?
Hit the bar.
Okie doke. So that would be if you want to go to the bar and grill is Big Bob's, and that's on C-Deck 2. So
All right.
what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and drag your token over there.
Cheers.
So sure thing. Where is? Dr. McCoy. So we'll say that you are there at that restaurant. And then Madeline and Matthew.
I'm thinking of getting a room at the inn.
Okay. So now to
Oh,
go
I
in.
only got limited vision, by the
Oh,
way.
you do?
on
Oh
speed deck.
shit.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me fix that.
Not a
Configure.
big thing or anything, but
Yeah.
just so you know.
Well, thanks for bringing it to mind. Okay, so if I turn off, okay, token vision. There we go. So that should fix it.
Yep.
Okay,
Thanks.
excellent. Okay, so just going in the original, this is the starting order. Okay, so Drake, you report into the office, and there's somebody in a more like it's what the fuck? I'll just use the non-pizza eating token for the character I showed earlier to show what your supervisor looks like. Let me just find that
Okay,
token just right quick. I know it's an Imperial Fatigues, but just imagine it's like
It's
corporate.
okay. I will tell Hannah that she can go ahead and go on her do whatever she wants to do. She doesn't have to hang around.
No desires, ma'am. Other than your
Go
protection.
look at the markets. Go explore. Like, is there anything that you need to buy?
I do not need to eat. I do not have any preferences for fashion.
What about
I do
equipment?
not have muscle mass that needs building.
What about guns? How about guns? Do you want more guns?
I have no desires other than your protection.
Are you guys having this conversation in the office or outside?
I would say probably
Outside.
just outside.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Just I thought you would at least go ahead and do something else, but okay, fine. Alright. She's just a little bit irritated because the coffee's not kicked in enough.
She'll just stand there
6
for a
coffees
second.
haven't kicked in yet.
Let me just delete that for a sec.
She hates
Slow
hypersleep.
acting coffee.
Agent Drake reporting for duty.
Okay, so you would know that your supervisor here, she is Mrs. Bragg, and kind of like Fort Bragg, but so she greets you. It's like, Agent Drake, glad to see you. And I should have mentioned that I had her in mind with an English accent, but I didn't do it, so whatever. So she says, I trust your mission, your first mission went successfully.
Yes, hopefully you've got all the results and all the necessary information that you need.
I do indeed. Nicely done. So, next on the agenda, and she pulls out a manila folder and slides it across her desk over to you, and out of character, this would be the the briefing that you later give to the crew. So she mentions that she's like, okay, so this is the next sorry about that. Next assignment I have for you and your crew by order of Weyland-Yutani. So give that a look over, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Okay. She'll have a quick glance at the folder to go ahead and see what's of high importance in it. And she'll go, I'm guessing the company's kinda dropping the bar on paying for jobs these days, are they?
Out of character in what way?
I'm just trying to see if I can haggle her to see if there's any way that she can try to see if more money can be put towards it.
So Bragg then goes, well, in terms of how our economy's been doing over the past 50 years, it's pricing is paid accordingly with more simple missions for newly founded crews. The company doesn't necessarily see a huge benefit to paying hundreds of thousands of dollars on on simple missions. So, I mean, what you have right now should suffice.
Okay. And that's it. We just need to do all this.
That's correct.
Okay. It is what it is. Alright. Thank you. I'll get back to you as soon as I let you know we're on our way back. I'll give you a heads up.
Excellent. I wish you well on your mission, Agent Drake.
You too. You have a restful, well, event of. I don't know how much happens on this station.
Not a whole lot.
Hmm.
I almost envy you being able to venture out into the stars going on missions.
Unfortunately, the one thing I don't like is the hypersleep.
I don't think I've ever met a single person who does enjoy it.
Makes me feel like I've got carpet in my mouth every time I get out of those shit boxes. Alright.
Well said,
I'll give
Agent.
you a heads up. I'll give you a heads up when we're on our way back.
Very well.
Alright. And she walks out.
Okay,
She's going over
so
to the market.
alright, so she goes to the market. I think next on the list was Leroux, right? Like next up the bat.
Sure.
Okay, so well, I just don't want to like just be unfair or something. Whatever. Okay, so Leroux, so you're at the market. Is there anything specific you're searching for?
Yes. So as of right now, all we've got are those little ATVs that hold 2 people, right?
Yeah, you've got 2 of those. I think, did you wind up bringing back one of them? Like,
They didn't bring both back.
that's what I'm asking you.
I wasn't in the away party. I
Oh,
thought they brought them all back.
okay. Okay, you say both of them.
Oh,
All
they
right, noted. Okay.
I think they did. Well,
Yeah.
either way, I want to see if I can find anywhere that might be able to sell us a used Daihoitai tractor.
Well, I mean, you could even get one of I mean, I need to stat it out, but you know those APCs from Prometheus?
Weren't those just like older Daihoitais?
No, they weren't. They were their own thing. They were kind of closer to the M577 than the Daihotai.
I don't have the money for an M577,
No, I'm not asking. I'm
so
not
that's
asking you
why
for
I'm
one of those.
buying
I'm
a
saying
used
that
tractor.
because the M577 has, is more expensive because it's like military grade stuff. I'm just saying that whatever the hell those, I can't remember what they're called. I think it's like RTX group transports or something like that, that are more like.
Actually, given Hannah has access to the account, she probably could just justify it as a mission expense.
My other thought would be if I could get a used gyro car, because that could fit more people, and we'll be able to fly if we need to.
You could potentially place an order for one if you have the money for it.
That's why I said used. I'm looking for used, so I don't spend all of my money on this vehicle.
So, in that case, well, I need to search how the fuck much a gyro car costs. So just give me a
The
sec.
gyro cars are 40K, and
Oof.
if you aren't willing to bring that down to 20 for a used one, that's fine. I'll buy a tractor. I just want something that can fit more than 2 people.
Anna will assist with the payment of that, given I have money and
Okay.
no use.
Because I was going to say that maybe it would be like for a used car. Like if you want a used car that still works well enough, it would probably be 30K instead of 40. But let me just check that right quick. Okay. Where
Captain
are
Laurent,
vehicles?
something appears to be distressing you.
Well, as you know, on our last mission, we had many people who had to walk. We only had the 2 ATVs. I'm trying to find something, if we need to drive around, that we can fit much more than just 2 people per vehicle. So yes, I'm in the market looking to see if I can get our ship equipped with a tractor or something that will hold more than just 2 people.
I see. I have access to Weyland-Yutani business accounts, along with what is considered my own personal discretionary income, which I have no use for. So it is yours if you wish to use it.
So you wouldn't happen to know what Wayland's plans are for us for future missions? Are we going to be similar rough terrain explorations?
I believe that is what Miss Drake is currently being instructed upon. I have not been given, nor as far as I know, the onboard ship's computer has been given what the particulars of our next mission are even, other than we were to get here and receive further orders. If you would
Well, do
like,
you
I
think
would
that
inform you as soon as I know.
in general, if we had missions similar to last one, do you think that would it be better to have maybe 2 tractors or a gyro car?
Given the possibility of very hazardous terrain, the flight capabilities of the gyrocopter would seem to be preferable.
Well, perhaps if we pool our resources, we can get one for our ship.
I believe that should be feasible.
Well, I have 20,000 available that I can put forward to it.
Which is my income with it. I guess as an assistant, I'd be close to the corporate.
Can you repeat that, please?
How much money would Hana have? Given how
That depends.
attractive?
So Drake, if you paid Hana,
Mm,
or you said, because I thought you mentioned you guys mentioned at one point that Hana would just,
yes. Yeah.
forward her money to Drake. So basically, Drake, you would.
So what's the difference that you would need?
20K
20K.
for a vehicle that would fit 6 people. So a pilot and 5 passengers instead of a driver and a passenger.
Yep. All right, just give me a second. I'm just going through all of the things. Yeah, she
And it
has the
can
means
fly.
for it. Yeah, there would definitely be the means to get a gyro plate, just the one.
Yeah, that's all
Yes.
I was thinking for now.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's all you
Hana
got.
goes. I believe that exchange can be arranged, given that it's for the safety of the crew. Just a second.
Well, I should also mention that there are certain things like company-sponsored things, like the APC I mentioned before, that like you could fill in a requisition form, and then maybe
Yeah, but
either.
how long would that take if they have a gyro car here on station that we could put in our bay
Yeah.
today? That's better than
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm just saying that, like, because the two options you have there is what I just mentioned, but then you can also buy things like privately owned, like the gyro car. It's just for like things like the gyro car, you'd have to pay out of pocket for it, rather than like say like, hey, our last mission, we need something more rugged. Can you give us this? That sort of thing.
Right, that's what I was saying. If the gyro car is available now,
Yeah.
whereas
Well,
the other
no, it's
one
available now, so
requires
you
a
can buy it.
delay.
It's available now, so you can buy it if you want.
Yeah. So I'll put 20K towards that if Drake is willing
Yeah.
to do the other part.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hana goes. Just a second. You know, her eyes go up in the back of her head, and then flutters for a second. The 20K has been transferred to your account.
Awesome. Yes, please send that gyro car over. Do you have it in the periwinkle blue?
Tell you what. Roll a d6. Even says yes, odd says no. Rip.
Oh well, I don't care that much.
So he, the guy mentions it's, well, we have it in, midnight black, and he basically goes for like most of Bob Ross's colors. Yeah, because why not? So, but he doesn't have the specific color he wants. Like, sorry, we sold the last one a few days ago. We don't know when they'll be back in stock.
Oh, that's fine. We'll do the midnight black.
All right, excellent. We'll have it transferred to your ship within the hour.
Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business.
Likewise. Have a good one.
I see.
Is there anything? Oh, sorry.
For you, Captain. I'm trying to adjust my behavioral parameters in order to avoid undue stress onto the crew.
Nope, I believe that your assistance today was very well timed and needed. Much appreciated.
Thank
And
you,
then
Captain.
I'll make my way back to I don't know, I'll go find the bar, I suppose.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
C deck 2. Okay. So speaking of which, so we jump over to the bar where McCoy's walking in, and the bar in question, I mentioned this in the description. So it's an old-fashioned Texas-style bar and grill. And this is the kind of place where basically everybody from all the corporations and governments like to go here when off deployment. And so the guy, you walk in, and there's this larger looking fella behind the bar. He's like, hey, welcome to Big Bob's Barbecue. What can I get you?
Hey, just give me just a seat for one, like a steak and a beer.
You got it. And then he heads over to one of the. Now, is he sitting at the bar or at at a table?
Somewhere near the window, I'd imagine.
Okay.
Like here.
Okay, like on at a booth at the a booth on the
Yep.
outer hall. Okay. So, he starts mentioning something to one of the people, working for him, and then a waitress, pretty attractive one, comes over to you, and she's like, "Right this way, sir," and gestures for you to follow, leads you over to the table, brings you a menu, and she'll say like, "Your server will be with you shortly."
Good, thanks.
And so I'd imagine that it was at this point that Leroux is arriving. During this little moment.
We're C deck 2. Knock.
How do I get on here?
Oh, I have to drag your
Drag
token.
and drop.
There we go. Okay. Sorry.
No, that's all good. That was my fault for not dragging you on there. Okay, so I guess Hana's coming with.
I guess.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yes.
This is gonna be
no.
great. Oh shit. So, 2 more people walk into Big Bob's Barbecue. They get basically the same greeting.
Yes, can I get a booth over here?
You sure can.
Intentionally picking far away from McCoy so that
Well, the question
Hana
is,
hopefully doesn't bug him.
do you see,
Do you want me to make an
How
observation?
could we not?
well, he's sitting
Well-
off in the corner, so if you guys want, we could do McCoy can roll mobility to try to keep a
Pose.
low profile. Like he can hide behind his menu, and then Hana can basically Terminator scan. So yeah, let's do that.
I'm not trying to hide.
Oh.
I want to see if I can spot them.
Oh, okay. So.
Well, we're not hiding, so.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, so if you guys aren't
So
hiding,
just
then
spot
never
them
mind.
walking in.
Yeah. So you see him walking in. You're not hiding, but if somebody wants to roll observation to see, it's like, oh hey, how are you doing over there? Then you can do that, but it's not mandatory.
I would like to roll first, because if
Yeah.
I do see him, I would intentionally try to direct Hana and myself to a different
All right.
area.
Do it. And you see him.
Okay. So yes, I would pick the booth in the other side of the restaurant and just kind of nod subtly in his direction as I take the Hana over with me. And hopefully he gets to the point that I'm sparing you.
But you better not cross me, or next time I won't.
He doesn't say anything, but his eyes just have this very grateful look in them. Just this exasperated look, like, oh, thanks.
And so in terms of food, so
Just gives a small nod to the captain.
So
yeah, I just get probably a beer.
Okay, so just a beer. So let me just check the prices on food and drink. Just so I know where.
It's like the worst section. You got to make it up, basically, if I remember
Oh
right. 'Cause
joy.
it's like a range.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to see what the range is in the players. Okay, players rules.
Base beer and space steak.
No, I don't want to exit
Or the
Foundry. What the
price.
hell? So, other equipment. There we go.
Oh, a beer is $4. Woo.
Okay, so $4 for a
really?
beer.
Steak.
And yeah, for a steak, I would say that would count as a colony specialty meal. So I'll say that a steak would be, the bare minimum, because like $300 for a steak seems extreme. So yeah, I'll just say
Oops.
$20 bare minimum, for a
All right.
specialty like gourmet meal at this barbecue. So your total would be, McCoy, would be $24.
Yep.
Uh,
Already deducted.
okay, and then so Leroux got the beer, and then Hana. Would you get anything?
Hana doesn't eat, so
Well, I don't
I
know
mean,
if you're the
I
kind of
guess
android who
Hana would.
simulates.
I guess Hana would get something just to fit in. So, milk.
Oh God.
Okay.
She needs a bottle of synthetic fluid.
Yeah.
She needs some milk.
Just give me your best can of oil. So yeah, I'll say milk would probably be like, $3.
That's nice to see. Inflation hasn't hit Anchorpoint yet.
The real future tech is the reasonable prices for food and drink.
Am I right? You
Get a
know
beer
that's
for
not a steak you're eating
$3.
right
Wow.
now.
So is there anything you guys discuss, or are we clear to jump to the next?
Nope, go ahead and go
Okay.
to our
Yeah, because
doctor.
okay.
I just enjoy my meal.
All right.
In
So, and
peace.
then we focus on the two Delacroix at the inn. What's up?
Just gonna get a room, basically a private room,
Okay. So a room
not
for
a capsule.
two. Room for two, I would say would probably be like $20. I don't know if that's
Okay.
like, because I haven't really been to a lot of hotels, so I just don't remember what the prices are. Um,
It's usually like 10 times that.
Like really cheap starts at 70-ish.
okay, well in that case, let's say that.
This is European guessing. So.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, because like I said, I'm not the best on pricing, and I don't remember if they have pricing for.
Depends. Does it have a casino attached that actually covers the costs of most of the rooms?
I would actually hazard a guess and say yes, because if they're trying to see if they can milk a little extra money out of the people who are like, oh, we just got back from this deployment, man, we gotta unwind. Let's spend all the money we earned at this fucking casino. So yeah, I would say that. I mean, it's not like Vegas grade, but they would have like a little, sort of section for gambling. All the good stuff, roulette, slots, so on. So you rent a room. So a twofer would be, we'll say again, $70.
Well,
Um, and is there anything you do when you get to your room? Do you go to like the pool, or, not? I mean, obviously Matthew wouldn't be able to gamble, but
that would actually be really strange to see a pool in a space station.
Yeah.
Especially with like space being a premium, but no, it's mostly just trying to make sure everything's fine, and then I'll probably get a list of having to stop by the market to get some essentials, and that's it.
okay. Alrighty. So you go to the market. I'm assuming like over here.
Sure.
Okay.
How is it?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. You see the guy who, unbeknownst to you, was doing business with Leroux and Hana. He's got this pretty happy look on his face. You're not sure why, but the market has plenty of supplies for different categories. Basically, kind of like a Walmart, sort of like a more compact Walmart with a lot of various offerings.
Nice.
So you walk in, it's like, oh, well, hello, ma'am. What can I do for you?
I start like listing off certain stuff I need, basically vitamins to get, some little minor medical stuff that's not covered by us to also get as well.
All right, so let's go back to the just for my own reference. Okay, player rules index, because I'm just curious if that's like if prices of that are listed in the book.
You could
So
just say around like $400.
yeah, that sounds about right. I'm open to input on pricing stuff because I'm just not the best at things that aren't listed. So yeah, $400 gets you all the stuff you are seeking. You know, in terms of what you just mentioned. So you get it, and then the person like takes the money, and then he heads over to the back and starts doing some stuff. Takes about like a minute or 2 minutes, and then he comes back with like a bag. It's like, here you go, man.
Good. Thank you.
Have a nice day. So with that, some time has passed, and we now go back to Miss Drake. So the question begs, what are you up to? Dax, you're muted.
Oops, sorry. I thought I actually had myself unmuted. Whoops. I was going to say I'm over in this market.
Okay.
I would be looking through to see what they've got to sell there. What specifically is in that one compared to the other market?
So this one we'll say, and you watch, I'm probably going to forget this between sessions 2 and 3. So this one's sort of like a Walmart. This one is more like a frontier centric, like a more practical. Like this one is for sort of general purpose, and then this one is more specialty things for crews that like with the target audience of crews that go out on the frontier. So a lot of like survival equipment, um, resource like canned rations. You actually notice a locked case of civilian issue like hunting firearms or like survival weapons. That sort of thing.
Okay, fair enough. I think she'll just go ahead and sort of go, all right. I think that's all I really need to go ahead and look for. I think I just need the space to go ahead and go through this mission briefing. She'll can't make. Do we have little communication tools on us?
Yeah, I would say so. Like you would
Alrighty.
have some sort of means to get in touch with everybody. What like I'm assuming everybody
At the
would.
minimum, you can talk to Hana.
Yeah.
True. I will probably contact Captain Leroux and go, Captain, I would like to organize some time to sit down and talk about our next mission.
As the whole crew or just myself?
Well, you and I can talk about the mission briefing, and then we can discuss it with the crew.
Hana and I are down on C Deck 2 in the bar, if you care to join us.
Are the drinks good down there?
It's just Aspen Ale that I got, but they might have other better drinks.
Alright,
Yes.
I'll be there. I'll be down there in 5.
Also, Dr. McCoy is in the corner skulking.
He's not skulking, he's enjoying his private time, Hana. Sometimes people like to be left alone. It's okay.
Hana, we'll talk about this later. Where is... So I would appear here.
Yeah. Okay, you're right there. So yeah, I forgot that you guys can drag yourselves onto the map. Noted.
Yeah, and I will arrive at the bar. Well, restaurant.
Yeah.
And I would wave when I see her walk through. Like, hey, we're over here.
Oh, cool. She'll turn and go, actually, how would you best describe this place? Would it be...
It has a very retro sort of feel to it. I'm not talking about like retro to us. I'm talking about like it has like that sort of wooden sort of like wooden furniture and nice old like the guy the whole thing has this like very Texan feel to it.
So definitely I would be standing out like a sore thumb in my attire.
And like there are a lot of like old fashioned like cattle, like the whole stereotype like cow skull and like flags from like the United Americas and specifically of Texas.
Cool.
You know, it's playing like country rock over the radio. The scent of, you know, barbecue foods and booze lingers in the air.
Alrighty. So pretty much a standard, pretty much Western bar
Yeah,
sort of thing.
and you definitely stick out like a sore thumb because basically everybody here is either a soldier in off-duty, you know, fatigues, or a trucker, like a space trucker.
Okay.
So
And they pretty much would be seeing me with my chrome suitcase, pretty much
yeah,
white silver attire, with a holstered pistol in hand.
well, I would say that, you know, as the security officer mentioned before, you would have to keep your pistol, you know, concealed.
It's holstered.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, concealed. It's also locked into place, but I think it would have some sort of
Well,
jacket that
you
would
said
have
you
covered it
usually
over.
keep your gun in your case, right?
On holster.
Oh, okay. Well, as long
On
as
the
it was like
side
a
of me.
concealed carry, then they wouldn't object.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
like if you're going around with a fucking pistol, then, you know, it might cause problems. But if you have
Fair
it,
enough.
you know, out of sight, then nobody really cares.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, I'll take a seat. Sounds like you picked a cozy spot.
Well, I was looking for something not super expensive after purchasing the Eurocar for our ship crew.
Oh, so are we also going to sell the other two ships?
Oh no, we'll keep all of them. Bay is plenty big for all of them.
Okay. Well,
I just
let's
figured
see.
it would make sense to be able to have more than 2 people per vehicle.
No, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I've got our mission brief, and this one has no time limit, Captain, so we can take our time doing the job.
So no early completion bonus this time.
No, unfortunately, but the pay's what it is.
All right, what's Weyland want from us this time?
Well, we have to do a 6 weeks travel, 3 weeks there and 3 weeks back. No time limit to complete the mission. We have to pretty much it's a simple surveying mission, but I think we might need to get some information about some possible meteorites that could be impacting the planet, because one of the things we have to obtain is yellow liquid that has some microscopic organisms inside of the yellow liquid.
Interesting.
I
So
don't know
is
what
it
benefits.
is it like surrounded by asteroids? Is it a ring planet? Is it like
Not much information I was told about the planet. It was just the planet basically is known to have meteorites impacted. It's in early development, pretty much like when our Earth was created.
interesting.
Mm.
So do they have any precautions that we need to worry about? Radiation, things like that?
Well, the atmosphere is still corrosive, so we have got all the necessary equipment to do this mission. Just need the suits, and just need to go ahead and make sure we got a perfect spot to land on. So maybe having that gyro was the smartest idea. Hold on, is the gyro space and atmospheric, or is it just atmospheric?
It's just an atmosphere.
atmospheric.
GM, yeah, just an atmospheric.
Okay. Well, then we'll just have to land somewhere where it's not so corrosive, and
I think gyro
try to
cars
see
can
if
also drive on wheels too.
Yeah, it's the car, if I
Yes.
remember right, from Blade Runner.
Yeah, it says these microfusion
Really?
reactor-driven gyroscopic cars can operate as wheeled ground transport or utilize internal fans to generate air cushions with a maximum flight ceiling of 3,000 meters. So yeah, I can do either or.
Okay. So, yep. Apart from that, if we need anything extra, we have to go and buy that ourselves. But it's just a simple collect samples, get it back to them.
Well,
And we
it's
get paid.
never simple when the planet wants to eat through your hole.
Well, I should
No,
mention the planet, just as a little introduction, because I know it was mentioned earlier. The planet is not actually corrosive; it just doesn't have a breathable atmosphere.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
it was corrosive. I've got last
Just
night's session in my
nitrogen
head
world,
still.
I guess.
I've
Much
got
less
last
stressful
night's
then.
session.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is no. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking of no atmosphere, but I've got last night's session of corrosive atmosphere in my head still.
Gotcha. Okay, well that's much more manageable.
Yes.
As long as we wear our suits, keep eye on our air supply, should be.
Mm.
Do we have a weather analysis at all at this point?
No information on that. We might have to get more info on this.
Well, I suppose there's nothing to it but to let everyone have their R&R. What do you think? Day 2?
We can do a day. The sooner we get this done and try to see the best way to attack this mission is probably the better option. But
I
one day
just know
apart.
that not everyone appreciates going immediately back into cryo after waking.
No, I understand that.
And as you said, we have no time frame on this one.
No time to complete it, but it does take 3 weeks to get there.
All right. Any chance, Hannah, you know how long it will take for them to refuel our ship? Since you helped set that up.
Let's see, GM.
Yeah, I would say that it would just, with the massive spaceship, it would probably take like an hour to 2 hours to fuel it up to capacity, assuming that's what you
2
want to do.
hours, 3 minutes, and 45 seconds.
All right, very good. Yeah, I believe that Dr. Delacroix was looking to spend night in an actual bed instead of a bunk. So if we leave tomorrow, would that be acceptable to you, Agent Drake?
Oh yeah, if we get enough time to get all the information we need about this planet.
Oh, well, as you mentioned, we have no time frame. If they're not offering a early finish bonus, other than that gives us a chance to move on to the next mission, I see no reason to rush their R&R right now.
I could always inquire to see if we get it done early enough that we get a bonus, but I don't see that happening.
Well, then I say let the crew have their 1 day of R&R. A happy crew is a crew that's not going to try a mutiny.
No, that is very true. She will hand the mission brief, just the summarized version of the mission parameters to the captain
Leroux.
Delacroix. Leroux. Why did I got bloody
Delacroix is the
Rambo-
medic and Leroux is the captain.
I
Because both
know.
Rama and I decided we were going to be French.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Damn it, used to.
Trying to ruin everything except your space travel.
Alright. She will turn around and advise you that the total payout is like 62k for the entire mission completion.
Alright, not too bad. Well, we'll, like I said, if you don't mind, we'll let the crew do a day of R&R, and then we'll head out tomorrow.
Yeah. And she pretty much passes you the mission brief of what she summarized it down to.
Very good. Thank you, Agent Drake.
You're
Miss
welcome.
Drake, is there any
Yes.
food you would prefer me to fetch for you?
You know what? No, not now. I'm gonna go
Yes,
ahead and
ma'am.
actually do what I do best. Where would I go on the station to find like maybe more information about the planet, weather patterns and all that stuff? Would it be best to go to the planet itself to find that
Yeah,
information,
they
or would I
wouldn't.
be able to get that info on the planet?
The part of the thing is that with planets that based on something they mentioned in promotional like lore material for Prometheus, like for example LV-426, they didn't know what the hell the surface of the planet was like. The French cataloged it but with a survey probe in I think the 2040s, and they're like, okay, there's a planet here, might be viable, but we'll keep going. So that's kind of the case here. Is like they notice these planets, but they don't know anything about them, and so that's why they send the science crews in.
Gotcha. So
That's our job, is to get the nitty-gritty.
Exactly. So you don't know if it's going to be, safe or dangerous.
How old would you say this information would be to when it was to now?
What do you mean?
So
Like
obviously
how many
you said
years since they first surveyed it?
They found the planet pretty recently. Probably within, the span of several months, which is why they're like, hey, we should go check it out.
Okay.
Because it's not like a case where it's like that we found it like 5 years ago. Like, oh yeah, now let's check it out. It's like, no, we found it out. This is a pretty big deal. We should go see what it's like.
Okay, so it's only a year old, which means probably
Well,
surface and weather patterns wouldn't. Yeah.
The planet's probably
It's
not
less
that
than a year.
old, but the mission briefing was it was like several months at most.
Nope, that's fine. All right. So then, pretty much, she'll just go ahead and do what she does best. Then she'll just go back up to deck 1 and might go to the gym.
Okie doke. I don't. Is there a gym? Yeah, oh, there is a gym. I'll be damned. So yeah, you go to the gym. Is there anything anybody else wants to do, or do you want to like fast forward to the next day?
Fast forward is fine with me.
Me too.
Yep.
Okay, so a day passes, and yeah, so now we are, I guess I doubt everybody would be, except for maybe Madeline and her son would be in the same place. So it's like, I don't know if you guys went back to the ship or you went for breakfast or what have you, but question is, where is everybody going to go?
If basically Uma would have stayed on the ship, no point wasting an actual corporate suite.
Yeah, I would have stayed
Yeah.
in my quarters as well.
Yeah, and by this
Yeah.
point, the gyro car has been delivered. So you got your
Cool.
fancy new black gyro car sitting in the hangar bay alongside the NR9s.
Sweet, and I would make sure I have our resident chief engineer check it out as well.
Yep.
Make sure it looks like it's in good working condition.
So I would have slept on the ship, but I would have gone for breakfast on station for some real food before that would not be an option anymore.
Okay.
Oh, I think we could have spared like 1 hour if you went on the station for 1 hour just to go ahead and grab food and come back. That wouldn't have hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Did Madeline pay for the hotel room herself?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so she.
Oh, I guess one last thing.
Sure.
Did anybody restock our food supplies on the ship?
If you want, we
It
could
said
say that.
essentials, so yes.
Medical essentials include the food supplies? Okay, I'm good with
Hey,
that.
hey, listen, sometimes you do need to get something to eat because you're famished.
Yeah, like anything that. Because the company
I would
has
just
your
hate to get
back.
out there and be like, oh, guess what? We have no food.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it. The
'Cause-
company will. They've got your back in terms of what they issue you on the ship. Like, if you eat food, then they will, give you food. I mean, now if you waste something, like say if you like just leave something very expensive on a planet and you leave, then they're like, okay, we're gonna bill you for that. But it's like if you use something like if you go through a bunch of your ammo or you have several meals or something, they'll compensate you. So don't worry about that. But so after the Madeline and her son are in the inn, and then after McCoy gets his breakfast, presumably at the same bar and grill, everybody reunites on the ship. So we're back on B deck, and let's see. So I'm assuming Uma, you'd want to give a briefing now.
Yeah, where would
Yeah, or we could alternatively, if you guys want, because I know she sort of read off some of it, that we could say like, oh yeah, you brief the crew. Or if you want to act this out, if everybody wants to, then that's what we'll do.
it's up to everyone else.
I think we can just skip that and get on with their mission.
Fair enough. If you, yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, we'll just say that Uma, she basically just relays the facts of what you guys are going to be up to the rest of the players as well as the NPC crew. And off you go. Once, if you want, if Captain Luro thinks it's sensible, then Sierra can make a roll to get us going, or not, either or.
Only if it's required.
Well, I would say undocking and backing up probably isn't a huge issue as in trying to line up the ship without crashing into the station. So,
Okay, then we'll say I'll be more concerned about her succeeding later when we get to the
planet, yeah.
this planet that may or may not be surrounded by meteorites.
Okay. So, we skip ahead a little bit, skip in the hypersleep, and breakfast routine because we already did that this session. So now for piloting.
I don't wake up McCoy. I let McCoy wake up on his own this time.
Nice. You can be taught.
There's hope. Possibly.
So yeah. Well, I should also mention, Hana, is there anything specific like David style you want to do while you're?
Oh God.
Of course, it'd be David style.
Watch
Well,
Lawrence
really
of
goes like,
Arabia.
hey, do you want to be David? No. Hana was not built with an asshole mode.
Oh, well, I was mainly just talking about like if Hana had any interest in like reading or watching movies or anything like that.
Oh, let's see. I believe Hana will, I guess start. Does any of the crew members have any like DVDs or?
Ex Machina.
Yeah.
No, actually I'm envisioning Hana going ahead and actually seeing dance moves from years back, and it's basically you see Hana doing Gundam style all around the ship when everyone's in cryo.
The horse dance stuff.
This truffle shop is an irrational dance.
Or better yet, or no, either the my two favorite dances: Napoleon Dynamite dance and the Boba Fett dance.
What the floss, whatever that stupid thing with the two arms for, and then
Oh, Jesus, please no.
behind.
So Hana's
However, this Carlton is an amazing dancer.
nice. So Hana's just practicing her dance moves during like the 3 weeks that you guys are traveling.
These are very strange from the dance moves that I was taught to do.
You could do more than twerk? I'm just kidding.
No, it's like, that's odd. I was not aware there was more dances than there were in Showgirls.
Okay, so you're doing that now. I'm assuming you just go ahead and you wake everybody up.
Yes, in reverse order this time.
Okay,
so actually, Miss Delacroix will get up, and then her kid.
Okay. So
And then leave McCoy the hell alone.
Yeah, because fuck him. Yeah, I'm just kidding. So, all right.
No, that is not what Hana wants to do with him. I mean, if she's ordered to.
Trust me, the feeling's mutual.
All right. So now, let's see. So, you go, we'll just say, have your breakfast, and then you go to the bridge. There, you go to prepare for the landing. So in this case,
Wait, before we land, can we have someone run scans? Like
yeah,
we did
you
the last
can.
mission?
Good point.
I believe that was that McCoy or our doctor last time who did the
Both, I think.
Yeah, well, anybody can do it.
I think it
Yeah,
depends
but one
on.
of you has better comm tech, I think.
Oh, let me check. What the hell is my contact again?
5, 6, 7, 8 for
Matthew,
me.
do you have any questions?
I got
about
7 in
operation?
Comtech. So.
I've got 8.
Alrighty, go ahead.
Okay. Can I could I utilize the Sigson
Yes.
diagnostic device?
Could I assist, like, from the
Sure.
biologist kind of?
Yeah, you could
perspective
go
on-
like,
alright.
okay, I'm recognizing bio signs. This could be useful. That sort of potentially
Alright.
anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll allow you to assist.
Any
Point out
more than
something
that?
It should be +3 in total if you're using the device and the.
And remember, if the device is already in your active inventory, it automatically adds.
Oh, it does?
It should, as long as so. If you click edit
I have.
and you look at the modifiers, if it's got the modifier in there for Comtech, if it's active, it will automatically add that for you.
Yes, it's in there.
Alright, so that's good. So
Alright,
basically, just add a +1 from McCoy and then make the roll. Oh. But you still succeed. So just resolve your panic and okay. Well, that's a no-brainer. So scans. So you're now when you drop out of FTL, you can see an asteroid belt kind of off in the distance. It's not like a speck, but it's close enough to where you can see individual asteroids like rolling around. So you have a sense of where the fucking meteors came from.
Yep.
The surface of the planet is as as mentioned in the briefing, it does not have any atmosphere, and what our biologists, well, I don't know if this would be also botany. Well, we'll say that you've got a little basic knowledge of botany as well. Is you're able to know it's like, well, plants are what give by default what give planets atmosphere, right? Because the whole thing of like converting carbon dioxide into oxygen or whatever the hell it is. This planet does not have any plant life, therefore nothing is producing oxygen, and therefore this planet has no breathable layer. So you're going to have to wear your, I think it's called the SE suit. It should be in gear. Let me just double check that.
Oh yeah, I've still
Armor.
got it on.
Yeah, the Weyland Advanced SE suit. You're going to need those.
Okay.
So that's what you're able to ascertain about the planet. And is there anything else, or do you want Sierra to bring the ship in?
The Mark 35s aren't going to work for this.
No, they would, but by default, like for atmospheric, like you have Mark 35s, and I think you also have ecos. I think, let me just double check that real
Or
quick.
no, sorry, it's the
Yes.
50s we have, right?
Yeah.
So the
So-
50s or the, yeah, 50s.
Yeah. You have one suit per crew member, so you have 7 Mark 50s and 3 ecos. And you also have full Weyland Advanced SE suits. And the thing with those, they have less air supply, but you can add more armor. They also give you a boost of survival. So it's really up to you what you want to use.
Hana doesn't need air, so.
Okay. So Hana does not use a suit. But yeah, it's up to you if you want to use one of the 3 kinds of suits.
Yeah. I'm having a look at the differences between all the suits. Apart from the fact that SE suits give us an extra +2 in survival, apparently. It's just the reduction in air supply and armor rating.
Well,
and
the
increase in
armor
weight.
rating you can increase.
On the SE suits.
Yes.
Okay, what about the air supply?
The air supply, let me get back to you on that. I will say that kind of as is par for the course, you can bring spare air.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's really up to you for which suit you guys want to use, because I actually didn't consider that.
Yep, it's all good. Okay. Well, Captain, this is your show.
Well, Romero, go ahead and find us a landing point.
All right, Captain.
And that will
So,
be a command.
all right. Let me just get her sheet so I can make that roll.
Oh, yes.
How much do you? Holy fuck. That's pretty good. Let's see, Sierra.
Like the commanding voice.
Make it so.
Yes, so that would be 5. Oh, not 6, 5. And then... Holy Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Good roll.
Make it so she doesn't have to roll again to take off.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna so that many successes, I will say that if you guys think it's reasonable that Sierra does not have to roll for a planetary
You're
landing.
the GM.
Well,
You're the GM. It's your
I know.
call. So.
Well, I mean, I value input from my players. So let me just write
And
it
you
down.
can even have her show off, like, I don't know, dive between some asteroids or whatever.
Yeah.
That's an awesome roll.
Yeah, so yeah, Sierra does not need to roll to land on planets anymore. And I mean, Jesus
well,
Christ.
at least planets without atmospheres.
Yeah, true. I'll make a note of that. Spheres. Anyway, okay. So she brings you guys in. Now we jump to our next scene, so I'll activate it. And I'll just give everybody a second to load in.
It says loading moon, but for a second I thought it said landing on moon.
Nice. One small step for man. All right. Yeah, so we got almost everybody. Just need Dax.
Yeah, it's taken a while. It's at 50%.
Okay. Well, I just don't want to get ahead with like describing the scene until everybody's there, because then I would probably have to like repeat myself.
No, that's fine.
So.
Ooh,
Okay, there we go.
there we go.
Sierra gracefully brings the Hyperion in for landing. She sets it. You guys have vision, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, good. The planet's surface isn't, as ungodly to land on as, say LV-426, because, it's pretty flat for the most part. There are plenty of like rocks and boulders all over the place, but it's nothing like that would impede the landing of the ship. So Sierra brings the Hyperion in. Now the time has come to do what your paycheck commands.
What's the visibility? Is it like light, dark?
It's you landed on the light side of the planet, so
Okay.
it's lit. No
This
jokes.
planet's lit.
It was too late. So that's all good. So yeah, and you also note that I should have mentioned this before, but the gravity is very slightly stronger than Earth's, but it's nowhere near as intense as the gravity of 1187. So it's just like a little world building thing. It's like it's not going to impact any rolls.
Okay.
So
Cool.
you can basically just walk around as normal, but you do obviously need oxygen because this planet does not provide it.
All right. And we're looking for pools of yellow liquid.
Yeah, you're looking for samples of that. I can't remember. What? Oh, that was Isaac.
Oh, someone.
Now the question
It
is,
is.
you told. I can't remember if you told everybody what your.
I just said it was a simple scanning mission, sample run mission, but I didn't specify what exactly. I only
Oh.
mentioned the yellow liquid with microorganisms in the yellow liquid, rocks and minerals,
Okay.
as such.
All right, so you're basically on like a sort of like a collection mission. So, and of course the ship would have plenty of methods of getting samples, but a lot of the stuff is like you can just pick it up and bring it with you. Or if you want, you can have like plastic containers that you can put stuff in. That works too.
Okay. Would our gyrocar work on this planet where it has no atmosphere?
The car function of it would.
It does have an atmosphere, though. It's just
Right.
Well,
it's just not breathable for us.
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure scientifically if like a lack of oxygen creates an atmosphere. I'm not totally sure. I'm not an expert on the subject,
A
but
lack atmospheres could be is basically any gas that surrounds
that's fair enough.
a heavenly
So
body.
yeah, I would say because it doesn't
So
say
I'm just assuming you say it's like a primordial Earth almost.
Yes.
Okay, so you can expect quite some carbon dioxide and mostly nitrogen.
Yeah,
Just
and
no oxygen. So it's a lot
doesn't
like ours, but
say.
there's nothing to really live on.
Okay.
So that means yes, there is definitely wind and stuff.
Correct. And it doesn't say it
breathing it-
requires oxygen. So yeah, the hover car
Yeah.
and the ground vehicle both work.
Okay. Excellent. We just can't go over 3,000 feet.
Yeah.
Was it feet or meters?
Meters.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
That's even
Very
You can
nice.
go really
Okay.
fucking high.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot.
Okay, so let's see.
What's the elevation like here anyway? Like, are there any mountaintops above that, or is it quite weathered because of the
It's pretty
atmosphere?
weathered.
Okay.
So mostly flat.
So we don't
plain.
have to.
Yeah, there's a lot of flat. Like the area that Sierra brought you down in is almost
Okay,
completely
good.
flat, but there are like craters and rocks and stuff But she didn't bring you like in the middle of a mountain range or like in a canyon or anything like that. It's pretty flat open ground.
Ah, good.
Okay. So here's my thought. If we do 2 groups, head in 2 different directions, one to go north, one to go south, exploring kind of a cone-shaped 45-degree mark, triangle. Maybe go out 1,000 meters from the ship exploring. For both crews, we'll send the general car north, and then we'll send the 2 what are they, ATVs,
Yeah, the
to the
NR9s.
south. I would like Dr. Can't remember everybody's name now. McCoy to go to the north group, and Delacroix if you would go with the south group.
Alrighty.
Understood.
And you can assign the NPC crew to do stuff if you so choose. And if you need a reminder of who does what, there's a handout of NPC roster.
Let's see. So obviously we want. Are you planning to go on the planet this time or stay on the ship, Ms. Drake?
Might as well stretch my legs.
All right, let's send you with the north crew. So Dr. McCoy, I'll actually have you take the south crew, and you'll go with me, and we'll take Kowalski, and then Hana and Delacroix and Agent Drake with Harold. If you'll go on the north crew in the gyro car, and then myself, McCoy, and Jonathan, we will head south with the ATVs.
Wait, what the fuck? Why did a Herald's thing? What? Okay, interesting. So yeah, if you guys could do me a favor and move your tokens, like I have Kowalski to the left, and okay, that works too.
Oh, they're all stacked. on
Well,
top.
that far,
Ah,
a
there we
lot
go.
of how we're supposed to.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to figure out like who's gonna go in what group.
No, McCoy, you're not going north. You're staying away from Hannah.
Children, no fighting.
Okay.
No fighting.
So to the south we've got McCoy, Kowalski, and Leroux. And anybody else?
Yes.
Okay, and then everybody else.
No, but I figured leaving a seat empty because that's the 2 ATVs there. And then so north, if we'll have our other doctor and the physicist.
Yeah. So Harold goes there. I don't know why his visibility is like fucked up. Let me just see if I can edit his token. Vision. Oh, that's because he doesn't have like distance set on his fucking vision at all. There we go. I mean, right now it's too much. Oops, whatever. Okay, so we have that group to the north and that group to the south. So we'll focus on the north group first. So feel free to move around as you see fit.
Okay.
Just,
I guess an observation.
well, I mean, if it's like right there, like if you're looking around, I'm not going to turn everything into a roll.
Okay.
So
I guess what's this yellow pile? I guess we'd head
that
there,
would
right?
be your target.
Okay.
Alright, Kowalski, I gotta fix your vision, dude. So let me see. Let's see how much this is. Okay, there we go. That's much better.
So do we have a rock or a pool of liquid?
This is this is a pool of liquid. The stuff that that Drake mentioned. It actually glows.
Creepy bioluminescence.
Yep.
Mm.
All
And
right,
he's
Dr.
breathing?
McCoy, this is why we brought you. This is your field.
So what was it? Was it solid really, or?
No, it's liquid.
Yeah, it's a glowing. Yeah, it's like a glowing yellow liquid that you're not sure what it is. You do know that there are actually microorganisms like sort of stewing about in it.
Let's get an analysis.
Yes. And he also takes a few samples and labels and bags them. So.
An assist where needed, obviously.
Yep.
If you're like, give me that test tube or whatever.
Is
Very
there
well.
any
Oh, yeah.
indication
Just
on what
keep them
these
safe.
green things are?
The green things?
Yes.
Those are crystals.
Where's my-
Detecting no radioactive content currently.
Hyperion crystals.
Outside of the basic background radiation.
Gonna push this one. Or can you push analysis or not?
I'm not sure.
I believe you can because it's an observation roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
Each
It's
success gives you a question.
And it decreases your stress, but it will do the opposite if you get a panic.
So does this decrease this stress again already? It doesn't do it on yourself.
I
No.
don't think so.
No. All right, so I
No,
got two.
it's those in short range. As I think it applies to yourself and everyone around you.
Oh, okay. So you didn't. So you succeeded. So then you do actually remove stress. We'll say. So you get 2 questions. I don't remember what the hell those questions are.
Oh, they're conveniently listed here.
Yeah, I love
Oh,
the
yeah.
talents in Boundary.
Oh wait.
You just click on it and it tells you everything.
Oh, it's on your sheet.
Okay, so I'm pretty confident about human or alien.
Yep.
Dead or alive. Well, that seems pretty clear. If it was already said that this was an organism. Yeah, how old it is. I kind of want to get a grasp on the lifespan of this. Like
Yeah,
how long they might
so-
have been here.
Okay, so
that's-
you're able to do some scans and find that the oldest entities, I guess, for lack of a better fucking word, the oldest of these micro creatures is several thousand years old.
Right. I wanna know about its like how it works, like how it
What is its
sustains
purpose?
itself, like life cycle and all that.
So currently, the life cycle, so you're able to, speculate that, like, you don't have solid evidence for it, but your background as a biologist, leads you to assume that, it's following a similar development as Earth. But one thing you do note is that in terms of, genetic makeup, it's, and this is kind of a no-brainer in retrospect, that it actually differs on a molecular level than what early life forms on Earth were to be like. So this is like something completely different compared to most other aliens that have been documented in in colonized space.
So basically, no DNA as we know it.
No, it's like
Okay.
it's not even not
Carbon?
even similar to.
Okay, so not even carbon based, I'd
Nope.
assume.
It's not carbon based. You have no idea what its genetic makeup
Hello,
is.
hypothetical silicon molecule.
You should have asked what problems it can cause now. We need more successes.
Yeah.
I'm scared of this liquid now.
Well, just don't drink it and you'll be fine.
Sure,
Well,
that's what they
mostly
always tell
curious
you.
about like how long something lives. It already tells you about metabolism and all that, and well, its life cycle, like how it reproduces, basically. That's
Well, it's a single-celled organism, right?
yeah, but
Yep.
single-celled organisms are sometimes very interesting in what they do.
Well, maybe we need to just take the samples back to the ship and get
Likely.
get it under your microscopes and your computers.
Absolutely.
Alright, so
This old fellas warrants some investigating.
So you gather the yellow fluid. Do you do? Does the South team do anything else, or do you just go straight back to the Hyperion?
Well, we can keep looking around for other stuff because they wanted. I know it was the liquid stuff. Let's see. Also, yeah, let's go investigate some crystals, but we can have the North team do their stuff while we
Yeah.
are.
So let's
looking at the
focus on the
liquid.
North team for a second. So North team. So you guys basically unaware of what McCoy found. So you stumble upon this glowing pool of yellow fluid.
Correction, I would because I have a PDAT.
Oh, right. Well, that's assuming they told you, right?
Well, I mean,
it gives
you
me
guys
a
are doing
video.
stuff while he's analyzing, so you would not know yet.
Oh yeah, good point.
Oh, true. But I would know that you've come across yellow liquid, just not
Yeah,
the rest of the info.
yeah, that you would know. You probably wouldn't know his analysis yet, is all I'm saying.
No. But I was referring to the fact that the collection of the yellow fluid is what I was getting at.
Yeah. So the question is, what do the three of you do? Or actually four, because Harold's with you.
Well, Dr. Delacroix, what do you do?
How may I assist you, Dr. Delacroix?
Well, regardless, we're going to need to take a sample of this. So let's just get our biohazard retrieval unit set up and get this.
Okay. I will keep watch
Let's
since we
see.
don't have a personal security to watch us.
I say, if you'll hand me the equipment, I will be able to get it, as I am immune from conventional diseases.
She nods and then hands you the necessary equipment.
All right, she will go up and then, use it to take a sample.
Okay, so you sort of scoop it and get it in like a cup or a vial or whatever, what have you. So you now have a sample of that.
Can I do an observation of that crystal to see how it interacts with, like, people
Sure,
touching it?
go for it.
Alright, give me a second.
Oops.
What the fuck?
Guys are not on your side, Dax.
They hate me. Nervous twitch. Fuck.
Hooray for South Team.
Amelia runs over. Miss Drake, are you all right? Your vitals are spiking.
What kind of reaction? Obviously, I get a nervous twitch. Is there any sort of negative side effects from seeing this, getting up close to this thing?
No, it's so far all it's doing is just like glowing.
No, it's just I've never seen a crystal that's glows so green. It's just unnerving. She just shrugs it off and moves away from it.
Interesting. I see things that glow all the time that most humans do not.
Well, that probably
The
explains why
electronics, for
Dr.
instance.
McCoy doesn't like you.
Electronics, for instance. There's certain rays that go off of the transmitters and the like that glow if you can see the right spectrums of light.
Is there any way I can get rid of this panic?
I think once you have it, it just happens, and then goes away, right? Because it's not like
if there's no immediate danger, you can just end panic.
Yeah.
Like, within...
So
Yeah.
there goes your
All right,
panic.
done. All right. Yeah. Unless the Delacroix wants me to help her with anything specifically, I'm just gonna be just keeping an eye out on everything.
Cool. So, yeah. What do I need to roll now?
For what?
I don't know. I thought we're just doing a gathering for science check. So, do we need to roll for that, or is it just going to happen?
I would say it just happens. You can just scoop something, pick something up, that sort of thing. So you don't have to make any kind of roll.
Cool.
I swear, Weyland-Yutani must be getting us to do the most easiest jobs.
In general, scientific work is not considered an easy field. But if you are that advanced, then I respect your abilities.
Miss Delacroix, were you about to say something?
No. We gotten that from the pool. Did we get any of these crystals?
Are you asking me or
Yes,
Drake?
Oh, I'm
Hana
asking those
will
two.
Hana will go and she'll
I was observing it to see what it looked like, to see if there's anything specific, but I panicked.
she will take a small one.
Okay, so you just like break one off.
Well, no, if I can get a complete sample, because there seems like there's multiple groups of them together.
Yeah,
So you'll
they
grab
grow
a
in
smaller
clusters.
one. Yeah. So we'll grab a small cluster and then put it in like, a like lead container thing.
Yes, so we'll be good with that.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna flash back to the south team for a sec. So, what do you guys do?
So since we have some of these crystalline glowing things, we don't have any kind of like CBRN kit with us, do we?
I mean, you could theoretically just, I mean, you're in suits, and you could just break it off and then put it in like one of those like plastic, like sort of containers, or like they said,
Yeah,
like a
but if
lead.
it's irradiated, plastic won't stop that.
Well, I mean, well, no,
Would
no,
we have a lead box we could put some
yeah, I mean,
samples in?
yeah, that seems reasonable.
Okay. Okay, yeah, as long as we've got that, I definitely want to go try and break off some pieces of the crystals to take with as well. Do you want
Okay.
to analyze these as well, Dr. McCoy?
I can
Or do
give
you
it
want
a
to wait
shot.
until we have better equipment on board?
Looking doesn't hurt.
McCoy.
Unless you're a quantum physicist.
Nope, the quantum physicist is up north.
Oh, pushing.
You need to, or you increase our stress.
Oh,
There you go.
All right. So,
Well, yeah, the crystal question would just be: could it be dangerous?
at this current time,
What problems could it cause, basically?
what problems could it cause? At this current time, you are not sure, because nobody has, really, analyzed it before. Like, as far as anybody knows, this is the only planet that it, appears on.
Do we have any Geiger counters or dosimeters on our suits?
You would. Well, I mean, on the suits, no, but on the, well, hold on, depends. What suit did you pick?
We got the was it the SE thingy?
Yeah, the Weyland SC suit. Now, those I would say would have Geiger counters.
All right. Well, I just want to put the one I got on my suit close to the glowy, freaky crystals.
Okay.
See if it registers anything more than normal background.
So
3.6 red again. That's as high as the meter goes.
What are we, Russian?
So
something chest
you
X-ray.
do when you do the scan. Tell you what, I'm gonna roll CompTech. Let's make things interesting. Okay. I mean, do you want to push?
No, I'll keep it
Okay.
as.
So when you're scanning it, you don't detect any radiation, but it actually does have a heat signature.
Is it warm to the touch, you mean, or?
Well, the scanner, so you haven't touched it yet, as far as I know. You were scanning it before you were going to touch it. What the scanner tells you is that it actually is warm, like it has a heat signature, but it doesn't actually, like there isn't a danger of radiation, but it's warm.
But it's not like hot enough if we touched it, it would burn us, right?
That's you aren't able to tell.
Not even
Do we
with
have
my amazing Samani E-Series watch?
Well, I thought
Or do we
the watch, I don't think the watch would qualify for that, honestly.
Do we have
Oh.
in our gear that we just bring out for this stuff? Do we have an infrared thermometer or a camera?
I would say
Either
so.
will do. All right. Well, I pointed at the exothermic rock.
Okay, so just give me a reminder of what those do exactly. Like, do they have like a temperature?
Yeah, it shows you infrared radiation,
Okay.
so you can just see temperature.
Okay, so yeah, the temperature, it's just assuming, taking a guess how it works. So it's actually pretty bright. Like, it's not
So
like
we don't want to touch this thing.
potentially not, or at least not with your bare hands.
So bright, but on what scale? Like, what does it read? In Kelvin or Celsius or?
Do those things actually measure that temperature?
Yeah, very
I
exact.
think they do return.
Depending on your model, they do. That's expressly the purpose.
All right, noted. So, and yeah,
But
being
they
a
do
science crew, you would
express
have
temperature on a scale from black to white, basically.
with black being the darkest and white being the hottest.
Black coldest on the scale,
Yeah.
white hottest, depending
Okay.
on what kind of scale it supports and what
Yeah.
you actually
So
set it for.
it's very, very, very white.
All right. But can we see how, like on what scale or?
Sure. I would say. I mean, I can't think of a realistic temperature if I'm telling the truth, but
Or does it just max out the thing?
Yeah, it maxes out. We'll say.
Well, shit. Don't touch this thing.
Well, we need samples of it. Do we have anything that would contain this? Or is it going to melt through anything we put it in?
I don't know. Some metals, ceramics. We got a container like that.
Well,
But
we
it
have,
doesn't make any sense. Doesn't look volcanic to me.
Well, let's grab a
Regardless.
maintenance jack and smash the piece off and throw it in one of our boxes.
Be gentle in the smashing. It should be pretty porous or brittle if it's this temperature. Unless it's some really freaky stuff.
Okay, how do you recommend we extract?
Well, start tapping. Not too much. Yeah, not too heavily. Always make sure you do it away from us.
All right.
And
So I
everyone
guess
else
close
takes a step
combat
back.
on this, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just make sure you don't stand behind the path. This thing could fling too.
all right. Let's see. I think the maintenance jack that was in the things is not. Oh, they don't give a bonus for a improvised weapon, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. So raw close combat. Oh god, I'm not the best at this. All right. I guess I tap on it with a maintenance jack,
Are you going to
and
push?
I will push that.
Oh
Yay!
shit!
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So yeah, you're able to smash a pretty large chunk of it off. It rolls a little bit, but it doesn't like go too far.
And it still glows really hot and stuff, even
Yeah.
broken.
What's also worth mentioning is that even though it's really hot, when you hit it with a maintenance jack, it didn't cause any sort of warping or anything to the maintenance jack. The maintenance jack looks just fine.
Okay. Well, I will set like the metal box on the ground next to it and use the maintenance jack to roll it into that, and then seal it.
Excellent job.
Probably report in and be like, don't touch the crystals. They are extremely hot. They max out their infrared scanners.
Yeah, I might want to move that box pretty quickly, or handle
Yeah,
it
I'd
with
throw
gloves
it in
because
the,
it's gonna heat that thing up.
Yeah, I'd throw it in the empty passenger seat of the second ATV. All right,
So
South team is
the
heading
North-
back to the Hyperion.
Did the North team go ahead and collect crystals?
Yeah, I think it was Hana who grabbed one.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't kill Hana? All right. I think we're safe then.
Because no one did an actual infrared thermal camera scan on it.
Well, Hana has a maintenance check, and she is using the tool, so obviously, even though she's not, it's not about like, yes, I should directly contact my physical form to this because nothing bad can happen.
Well,
The perfect test subject.
We're gonna need another Timmy.
So,
do we have everything we need?
I believe so.
yeah, the last thing you guys are missing would be a rock, but you can literally just pick it up off the ground, so.
Oh, we'll
Yeah,
grab several different ones.
Yeah, those are easy to grab, as long as they're easy to grab.
Yeah.
Bag him, tag him.
Yeah.
I'd obviously look for different colored ones and stuff.
Dig
Make
a
sure I'm
little
not
bit
just grabbing all of
down.
the same kind of rock. Pet rocks required.
We've picked up Geo, the sentient rock that's capable of space travel.
As long as we don't have to worry about the Garignac.
Oh my god. So, if that's sufficient, you guys head back to your ship. Whoa, why did it? Oh, it's because I have all these selected right there. So, you head to your ship. And now, with sample secure, you're clear to take off. Since you have ample space and the ground is level, yeah, I'm not going to make Sierra roll for that. It's pretty effortless. So, you take off from the planet. So now I'm going to activate B deck and go to B deck. And you enter cryo. No, we're not done.
Wait,
And make
before
sure
we
the
go to
samples
cryo,
get-
I want to run those samples
Oh,
through the
I'm sorry
actual
about that.
science
Yeah.
equipment.
Yeah, good. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry about that. It slipped my mind.
Yeah, once we're off the planet, I'd absolutely be like, all right,
Very
let's
well.
let's
Yeah.
scan this stuff properly now
Yeah.
that we've got our labs.
Totally fair. So you go to the Scilab 1 or 2, your call. So you just move your tokens over there, and then everybody else, if you want to go with, or you want to just move to somewhere else to do other things, you can do that.
Yes, finally some good work to do.
So Hannah, if you'll take your samples to Scilab 1, and I'll assist Dr. McCoy in Scilab 2.
The lengths you're going through to keep the crew together.
I'm just making sure that you and Hannah don't get to bash heads again.
I believe
Never in the
back
same
then
room.
what Mr. McCoy would prefer.
Hannah, you're in Med Lab, not Scilab 1.
Oh.
Where's that? Oh, there. Okay, sorry.
That's all good.
Well, they're
thing
microorganisms.
covered-
I need to check out their health.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, microorganisms? Good?
Yeah.
Good.
Can you please take a deep breath?
I can just see them quiver in the actual under the microscope.
Yeah, just wiggling around. It's like, okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the happiest and 1 being the saddest, how are you feeling today?
Existential pain.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to do,
I believe Mr. McCoy may be suicidal. I suggest put him on suicide watch.
also for the people who have stress, enough time has passed to where, now that you're on the safety of your ship, you're off the planet, that you are good on, stress. So,
Okay, that was going to be my question, is if enough time passed taking off to de-stress.
I would say
How
now,
much stress?
how much stress? All of it. I mean, 'cause,
Okay.
you guys weren't out there for that long, and I think the most anybody got was like 1.
I had 2.
Oh, you had 2. Okay, well, yeah. In that case, you're good. So, you just say
Okay.
you're good. Okay, so to analyze, I would say, in terms of the getting the machinery to work and all that, I would say probably be Comtech. But if you make an argument for another skill, then that's fine too.
Well, I can assist, but I'm not making the roll.
I probably will head over
Alright.
to Skylab 1 to assist Hannah.
Well, the question is, so hold on. Which
That's
groups?
not running the equipment. Haya's not a scientist model.
The question I have for you guys. So I'm assuming that Leroux and McCoy are analyzing the organisms, and then like, what are the two groups doing?
Yeah, basically that. Creatures first. That's
Okay,
my
creature-
feel.
Haya's a bodyguard,
Yeah,
not a
I'm just
scientist.
assisting Dr. McCoy, however,
I
he
mean, I
says
just
he needs
made-
my assist.
I just made some field assessments and boxed some of the funky rocks nearby.
Okay.
But I assume those are now in the respective lab with
Yeah,
their specialist.
yeah, down there. So with this one up here, so yeah, if you want to
So,
make
analysis or Comtech or what do you
analysis would
want?
work here.
Okay.
Actually though, you did analysis before,
So just Comtech to
yeah. Like,
get
well,
more
what
out
are
of
you
it.
trying to find out is what I want to know, so I can.
Everything.
Yes. Well, basically, get a closer look at them under microscope. See what their genetic makeup is.
I will give you the choice.
Behavior.
I will give you the choice between observation and
Nutrition.
Comtech.
Oh, right. Let's see. What's my highest
If
here?
it's Comtech, I can assist. I think
Okay, well-
analysis, though, I'm not allowed to assist. Because
No,
I
or
don't
just-
have that
Or
talent.
is it just a flat observation? What do you?
Flat observation. Comtech or
But
observation.
either way, I can help, so you pick.
Okay, let's see. Observation. I got that's 3 plus. How much wits do I have? Oh yeah, 5.
If
Oh,
we
yeah,
do
I'll go for observation
Comtech,
then.
does the science equipment give a bonus as well?
Yeah, I would say it would give like a +1.
Okay, so +2 for Comtech then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go for that then.
Okay.
Jesus, I'm pushing that. 3.
Pretty good. Okay, so yeah, what are you trying to figure out? Like any specific things that you're trying to analyze?
Like, yeah, what do they eat? How do they survive? Their genetic makeup of that. How
So
they survive on a world like that.
so in terms of
Do they
what you're
pose
able
a
to
risk to
tell,
us?
so I'll just answer in order. So in terms of what do they feed on, kind of like how early organisms, like very, very basic things and Earth's origin, like would actually kind of feed on each other. Basically just absorb and so on. Then that's kind of the similar deal here. Deal here. They, in terms of, what was the second question?
Let's see. Well, if they're dangerous to us, basically.
In their current state, unless consumed, and even then only potentially, no, they don't pose any immediate risk.
Right.
Like the only way they would pose a risk to you is if consumed, because you're basically, ingesting a foreign fluid and foreign life forms into your body, at which point you are fucked. So basically nobody sane would try that.
Okay, then I want to know the relation between these and the crystals, if there is any.
There is not. The crystals
Okay.
grew independent of the organisms.
Alright. Just some space microbes doing their thing,
Yep.
as far as we know now.
Give it several million years, and they might actually evolve into something bigger. So I think that's any other things from the team in Scilab 2? Or shall we go to Scilab 1?
Oh, you switch over.
Okay, so head over to across the hall to Scilab 1.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? What's going on?
What did Hannah bring into the Scilab one?
The samples, so the liquid and the crystal and the pet rock.
Okay, we'll look into the crystal. So, what would you recommend we use?
Like
observation did shit.
well, you failed at the one thing, so I would say in this case it would probably just be Comtech,
Oh, that I can do.
and you get a +1 because of the scientific instruments.
Anna will
Does-
assist.
That makes that 2.
I also have a. Ooh. You want to push?
Oh, there we go.
Hey!
All right, so yeah, what you're able to find out. So you get 2 questions.
Mm-hmm. All right. What's the material made out of?
The genetic, or not really, well, I don't know why I said genetic. The mineral, like the makeup of it, does not match any cataloged element on the periodic table,
Okay.
or any kind of mineral composition cataloged on Earth.
Okay. So nothing that would draw to possible nearest sort of region on the periodic table, I'm guessing.
Trick it. But what were you saying?
So pretty much there's no way to determine where exactly in the periodic table it
Nope.
would be closest to. Okay, so it's something new. And then the next question I will determine is what is generating the heat source?
As far as you can tell, what's generating the crystal itself is energy. Like it's generating its own source. Like there isn't anything
Okay.
specific in it that you can notice that's generating heat signature, like some sort of core in it. It's like the whole thing just contains energy.
Okay. So within that question, then I would turn around and say she would have gone ahead and hooked it up to some equipment to determine the energy level that it's producing to determine how much power is coming out of it, or heat.
So you're what are you connecting? I'm just trying to
I
make
would
sense.
connect the. So obviously, there's a type of equipment where if you were to connect anything that has a source of energy built into it, or a sense of I guess in a sense, whatever formulates to cause power to be inside of it. So, mind you, I'm dealing with 2 o'clock in the morning thinking, so just bear with me.
It's all good.
But there would be some sort of equipment that you would be able to attach the crystal to, or put it together to go ahead and actually do an analysis of determining how much power is going to be coming out of this crystal.
Yeah, I would say that there could be some sort of like capsule that you could put it in, and then seal it, and then like start scanning it and have it hooked up to something else in typical sci-fi fashion. You could do something like that.
Okay. How long will it take to get an analysis of that?
Probably at least 10 to 20 minutes, bare minimum.
Okay. Alright. I'll probably relay the findings of what I found on the crystal to McCoy and Delacroix.
You mean Laura?
Everyone who's relevant to the party. I got Rumba's character as Delacroix.
Yes, I'm Delacroix.
Oh, Delacroix. Oh shit. I said Delacroix.
Like that drink called LaCroix.
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 Oh my god, stop confusing me.
Okay, at any rate, so you relay the info back to Leroux and McCoy.
Yeah.
So, what's your course of action?
Not much else. They've already. I would know what they would have done in Scilab 2, right? Or I would just be doing my own series of tests.
I imagine these two things going on in sync.
Okay.
So they're focusing on their thing while you're focusing on yours.
Okay. Do I have time to go ahead and maybe test the liquid myself, or would that be something Hana can do?
You could potentially test it.
Okay. Comtech again.
Yep.
Same as before. Additional 2. 2 results on the liquid.
All right. What are your 2 questions?
All right. Let's see. We did I think McCoy went ahead and did a breakdown of what's its genetic makeup, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
I think we got that answer.
Yes, we did. So I'm going to probably go ahead and see if there is any kind of from the break. Let's just turn and say if we did the genetic breakdown, is there anything in known records of anything similar to this on any kind of discovery of any other planets?
There is no comparable match in Weyland-Yutani like scientific databanks.
Okay, so it's something new. Okay. And
Like, I mean, there has been speculation about like silicon-based life forms, but this is not that either. It's not carbon-based, not silicon-based. It's something else entirely.
Okay. Is there any way to probably maybe separate, maybe like, I'm trying to think of the word, separating the microorganisms within the liquid from into 2 separate like canisters in any way
Like,
to see how they?
well, the problem is, is that your second question?
Yeah, that is the second question.
The problem
is there any way to go ahead and separate
that,
the 2?
These are creatures that were, conceived in this, this liquid. Taking it out would kill them.
Okay. Alrighty. Then I will pretty much go ahead and either turn and say that's all my questions, or I can just turn to say that we redo my question to something else because I'm drawing blanks of what I could do, but otherwise I'll just leave it as it is.
Yep.
Okay. And that's all I would do, unless Hannah's got something she wants to do with the pet rock.
He looks at it. Odd. My databanks told me that people used to collect these as pets. They do not seem like very good pets.
At least you know you don't have to feed them.
You don't have to feed me either.
That's because you are, well, half alive.
Half? That doesn't make sense, Matt.
Well, you were created, but you are a form of life, is how I would see you.
Odd. I've never considered myself alive. I'm a series of synthetic tubing built for a purpose which I aim to fulfill for you.
Here's the question I'll ask you. Can you be turned off?
Yes.
And then you can be turned back on.
Yes, that is feasible.
Then you are in a sense a form of life.
Odd. I didn't believe the attempts to turn life back on are considered abominable, at least according to some of the fiction that I've been going through that the crew reads and views.
How the crew reads when it comes to your interactions is a little bit different. I think it's more that your background of a HANA unit is well, reciprocated.
Strange. Given my particular history, the sexual functions were quite popular with many of my previous owners. Conversely, they seem to be a detriment in this current social stratosphere.
Yes.
Odd.
As I said, the company didn't give me much options at the short moment to have a proper Android unit. So they gave me what I had, and I was instructed to try to improvise as best I can.
I see, so I'm a defective choice.
No, that's not what I said. I never said that. I just didn't have much options due to time restraint, and well, our first mission had to be done in a certain time frame, and basically you were the only available droid that could be, well, sent out within the appropriate time frame.
Very strange, because my previous owner, was most insistent that he maintain me. However, you supersede him within the company, and your need was considered greater than his.
Well, he wanted to use you for fornication and who knows what else for sadistic measures. And I guess the company obviously viewed the fact that your uses could be used more appropriately.
His excessive drug usage was costing the company a great deal of money. Likewise, he enjoyed using them off my surfaces.
Well,
Nice work.
don't share that with the child on the ship. I don't want another complaint about child being educated on things to be sniffed off.
Based upon my prior experiences with Miss Stella Crux, I am endeavoring to avoid anything relating to sex around the developing child.
Add drugs to that parameter.
Thank you.
But we will
Human social
fine-tune.
interactions are a complex matter with many contradictory bits of information. I'm doing my best to learn them, ma'am.
Yeah. You know what? We'll get you there. We'll find the best personality that doesn't have you wanting to fornicate with every object that comes to your sight.
So,
I should add
sorry.
that, well, HANA units are equipped with many types of personality, including bimbo and slut. There is also more maternal figures.
And you're only telling me this. She's just gonna stop mid-sentence and just go, why was I not informed about this? And she'll just continue doing the work. She'll just stop herself before she goes and buries herself further.
So, as this is
To my functions, Miss Drake, you were simply given me and never asked.
Yes, GM.
so I was just saying, as this is going on, Madeline and Matthew, what's up?
I was just trying to get everything squared away in the med labs, all of that, since they're now licking the rocks. Now it's just me and my zone here.
Could you be able to determine anything else further from the liquids or the crystal or whatnot?
Well, if you give me like the biological data, I could probably do it over here. What would that role be, GM?
Probably in terms of like a biological analysis, I would say probably medical aid, maybe.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Okay, so what are you trying to figure out?
Well, I want to actually corroborate on some ideas they found. Basically, this is hazardous, especially about what would be good quarantine procedures in case this thing got out.
I mean, the thing is now in terms of quarantine would be child's play for this because these creatures are, you're able to tell that they are bound to this yellow fluid. Like, taking them out of it is like taking a fish out of water and leaving it on dry land. So, like, the worst thing that could happen, aside from somebody being an idiot drinking it thinking it's lemonade, is, you spill it and then somebody slips on it. That's it. So this is not the kind of thing that you need to worry about, like quarantine.
But
Maybe
if
it's the
push goes
crystals
to
we need to
shove,
worry
would
about.
fire work?
Fire would work.
Okay, good.
Yes, fire has a tendency to deal with many threats. Be the
It's the
military
black
or
goo.
civilian.
It's the black goo's distant cousin, yellow goo.
Well, it's not goo per se. It's just more like glowing lemonade.
We have
Or
some
honey.
racist goo here.
Oh god, tiredness has really caught to me. Oh.
So yeah, I'll relay what I found to corroborate what they find, tapping, tipping, tapping, all of that.
What do we find out from the crystal from the how much power it's generating?
Yeah, from that, what's interesting is that, so in terms of power generation, it's continuous, but it, scans don't, what specifically are you trying to ascertain?
Is it able to power up? Like if we were to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, being 1 being a flashlight, to 10 being able to power a city.
It powers itself, but it could not necessarily be used as like a battery.
Okay, so it's self-generated, but not something that you can go ahead and get energy from to power things. Okay.
Not that you're able to tell.
Okay. So I would probably really give that information to probably Scilab 2 for them to reflect off of.
So back at Scilab 2. Hello?
Lux, you've got yourself muted. If he's there.
I don't know. Knock, are you still here?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what his reaction would be.
Oh,
I'm the
yeah.
captain. I'm not the scientist.
That is true.
Captain, not scientist. Go do
Damn
your
it, Jim.
scientist thing.
You're
In
the
case I was
scientist
missed,
now.
sorry.
Yeah, so
I had
what
to step
happened?
out for a minute.
Oh, that's all good.
Okay.
The spotlight just went back to you and LaRoe because Drake
Oh.
found out some stuff about the crystal, and she's basically telling you guys.
It makes power, basically, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that how
it makes its own power, but it doesn't actually power anything else.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So essentially, I asked the question of if a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a flashlight, 10 being a powered city, where is it scaled on? It's pretty much negligible. It doesn't do either. It's self-powering. I think it's just a fluorescent, some sort of
Takes in sunlight
radiological. Oh, it must be something that relates to
or radioactive, or is it a chemical process? Or...
Not sure. I
Where's
didn't
the
get that
crystal?
far.
Could they be grown to be like lights and stuff, though?
That is a
could,
question.
It could be taking in. It could be luminescent, yeah. Like quite
Sort of like those
extreme
glow
though.
sticks.
Yeah, interesting.
But you said it was producing a lot of heat out of it, enough that it
very,
could
very hot.
So,
However, though, it's not
okay.
hot enough to the point where like metal instruments touched it and they were not like warped or melted or burnt in any way, but it's still extremely fucking hot.
Okay. Hold on, just in case, just to throw a possible idea out of the road. If nothing inanimate of like different materials seems to have warped it, as you said, is there anything in the lab that is of a biological level that I can push to place up against the crystal to see how it reacts?
I would
Like skin or anything?
I would say no.
Nope.
There
Okay.
wouldn't be anything of the sort.
All right. Then I probably will maybe go ahead and relay the information about the fact that the crystal didn't warp anything that it came into contact with that was of a non-biological perspective, but how it reacts to biological, which is maybe skin and organisms, is another question. Ooh, an idea.
All right, let's hear it.
How would it react? Pour some of the yellow liquid onto the crystal?
Only one way to find out.
I'll just need a few droplets to really see how it reacts.
Yeah, we're doing this in proper hazard setup though.
Yeah.
Like with
Well,
ventilation and all that, essential staff only.
okay, so
Scrubs
we can
the
place.
whole thing.
All right. Do you need some people to help you with that, or are you able to do it with the captain?
Just need someone who can help with we have a glove box, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just
Alright.
a second set of hands for the glove box.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm here to help. I'm still willing to do so.
Alright.
Then I will probably set up quarantine procedures in Scilab 2 and lock it off from the rest of the ship. Just to
Alright.
be cautious. Do I need to do a roll for that?
To do what again?
Pretty much locking down Scilab 2, quarantining it from the rest of the ship.
No,
So
all you
it's
had to
got
do
its
is
own.
just shut the door, because there aren't any
Oh.
there's no vent access between Scilab 2 and the rest of the ship. So basically, the door is the only way in and out.
Okay, cool. So then
Got
I'll
its
just
own
shut the door.
system.
Cool. Then I'll shut the door and lock it down.
All right, so you do that. You shut the door. You lock it, like seal it tight, and then what?
I will just observe from. Is there a window along here?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll just probably stand there the whole time watching it to see how everything goes. And that's it. So it's down to
yeah.
Roy.
Yeah, what do I roll?
You're saying to follow Drake's plan of like pouring the yellow liquid under the crystal?
Yeah.
You don't have to do a roll for that. You can just do it.
Okay. I'll do it one drop first.
Okay. So you do that, and you actually see it like the liquid actually just runs along the side of the crystal.
Okay. So definitely doesn't react on a biological level, but it has heat to it that can still burn you. Huh.
Well, I'd like to take a look at the liquid that was in contact with the crystal, as well as the side of the crystal that we used for it.
So the liquid basically just kind of poured down. It sort of thinned itself out, kind of like a tear. So there isn't necessarily like anything to, well, it depends on how you would extract that, so to speak. Like, I'm open to ideas.
Yeah. Because I was trying to determine if for some reason if non-inanimate objects like anything that's of the biological sense like human skin or whatnot doesn't seem to be warped by coming into contact with the crystal, then I was thinking that obviously something like the microscopic organisms, since they are biological, would have some sort of, well, the opposite effect of basically either incinerating due to the heat coming off of the crystal.
Well, it depends. I mean, you would have to run a scan to see on like on a molecular level something like that, because you wouldn't be with the naked eye, you would not be able to see if something that is too small for the eye to see is still chilling, or if it is disintegrated. So that I would say would be a Comtech roll.
All right.
All right.
Any help?
Can I assist from the position I'm in, like being
No.
able to give
You're just
ideas?
watching. You
Okay.
can't.
Okay, but I'm in there, so I
You
can
are
help,
in there,
right?
so you can help.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh.
I still had stress.
yeah.
Oh, apparently.
You seem to have had stress. You should have got rid of it by the time we actually got back on the ship. Oh wait,
Well,
hold on.
he
you
did,
get
but the
pushed
problem is
forward?
he's been doing a bunch of like pushing. So
Yeah.
Oh, that explains it.
So no luck.
yeah, you're not able to tell. But at least you don't get a nervous twitch.
Time to unwind with some cornbread after this.
Yeah, so no bueno on telling whether or not the tiny organisms are still alive and well, or if they dissolved when they made contact with the crystal.
All right. I think Drake's just slightly disappointed to know that basically they haven't got any more information than they hoped for, but well, your decision, Captain. What do you want to do? Shall we call it a day and re-pick up before we go back into cryo and head back to Anchorpoint?
Yes, that makes the most sense to me. At this stage where we're at.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Let's send the information to. Send it to my terminal, and I'll have it forward over to Anchorpoint when we arrive.
Yep. I'll compile the results.
Okay, so when you do that, so then the question I have is, do you want to act out the dinner routine, or do you want to just go straight to cryo?
Yeah, if the plan is just to go to cryo, I would say I'm fine.
Okay.
Cryo,
Yeah.
fine, yeah.
Well, I mean, I always just
Okay.
check just in case, because I don't want to shut down any RP opportunities. So, so everybody goes into cryo. So we're on A deck. And I'll just move
Except
everybody.
for me.
Except for you, yes. So let me just. So Hana's just strolling around, and Sierra, of course, before going into cryo as well, she goes ahead and plots a course to Anchorpoint.